is. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
If you're some man, what the Rock is cooking.
Give me a hell yeah.
IshMC's podcast. Hey everybody, if you haven't downloaded this podcast, you can do so on YouTube. Just go to a local downloader on Google and you can download this. I don't think it would take that long. It depends where you're at and where you're going to be. So, But, today's talk of the day is the big old WrestleMania. We're doing WrestleMania 32 predictions, and I might talk about a little bit of Raw before WrestleMania. Now, WrestleMania 32 is going to be pretty big. Tonight we have the Hall of Fame ceremony, so I probably will be talking about the Hall of Fame later today. If not, then I will probably talk about WrestleMania or do some live reactions tomorrow. But yeah, so the Raw before WrestleMania. The Raw before WrestleMania was it wasn't as big as should have been, but it was enough to get me excited for a lot of certain matches. Like Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker, when they had their feud and their fight back and forth on Monday Night Raw, it was pretty crazy. As I saw, Shane did get the upper hand, so it possibly will be Undertaker winning at WrestleMania. Usually, they have it where if the one person at the end gets the upper hand, then they're going to be the one losing at WrestleMania. But I could be wrong. Shane could come out on top. I want him to come out on top because Raw needs a change. SmackDown probably would be Mr. Mans, but they probably would do a brand split. But I think Raw does need a change. It needs to change big time, and I think Shane could do that. But in the beginning of Raw, you had Shane McMahon, and they him Undertaker talking. They're both talking trash to each other. Then Shane decides to come in the ring face to face with Undertaker. They fight back and forth. Undertaker gets the upper hand, and then Shane does. Then he goes on the top rope and does an elbow dive through the announcement table, which I thought he was not going to make it the way it was set up. It was set up really crazy, and I just didn't think Shane could just make it all the way from the top rope to the announcer table, because it hasn't been done in over years, guys. Actually, I take that back. Actually, Seth Rollins did it. I think it was at Night of Champions. I have to go back and recheck. But yeah, it was pretty big, and I don't know how Shane could have made it on top of his feet. It's just something that I would have never thought would have happened. But he did indeed get back up, and Undertaker did as well. Undertaker did no-sell it, but he's the Undertaker. You got to expect the Undertaker to no-sell a couple of things. But yeah, WrestleMania will be a great match between Shane and Undertaker. And speaking of WrestleMania, before we can get into anything else that happened on Raw, I'm not going to talk a whole bunch about Raw, but I'm just going to be talking about the brief things that were going on that were actually interesting. But the ending match card is actually going to be Shane and Undertaker instead of Roman Reigns or Triple H, because they went back and forth, and they decided to make Shane versus Undertaker the last match, just because if Roman Reigns did apparently win, you don't want to end WrestleMania with them booing him and stuff. So the fallback would probably be Shane and Undertaker, because that will be a good match. But yeah, let's see. Roman Reigns and Triple H. Roman Reigns went back and forth with Triple H tonight. I mean, not tonight, but Monday Night Raw, and they had a scuffle, and it was okay, but I just didn't want to see it. I would have rather had just Triple H come out and talk trash instead of Roman Reigns coming out. But it's fine. It's fine. And some other things that we have to discuss about Monday Night Raw is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal that's going to be taking place. You had your contenders come out. You had some, back and forth with all the people. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but at the same time, I don't necessarily know. And then Then you had the big old Eva Marie return, which I thought wasn't planned as well and should have been aborted, just because Eva Marie needs more time to progress and build her character up, because she hasn't been on NXT long enough just to come up. She's not a Kevin Owens, so she just can't come up and then expect people to cheer her just because that she can wrestle. I feel as if she should take some time to change her gimmick. All Red Everything is a great gimmick, but it's such a total diva gimmick that if she brings it on actual wrestling TV, that it could possibly just tear her character apart. I feel as if she should just trim a little bit of her hair, change up the gear, and just come out with a different attitude. And All Red and Everything is cool, but try to do some different colors. Maybe not trying to do John Cena purple, a fruity pebble type thing, but just change it up. All Red Everything is not gonna stick your whole gimmick. I see as if she's probably not gonna last long on the main roster. She would probably be like I'm trying to think what her name is, Cameron. She probably had to go right back to NXT. And it wasn't. It was it wasn't because Cameron was a bad character. It's just she didn't have the wrestling technique like Naomi. That's why. But and it didn't seem people didn't seem like Natalia Paige and all them didn't seem pretty happy to see her. But that's their problem, and we're gonna be seeing both of them at We're gonna be seeing all of them at WrestleMania. But before then, yeah. And then we have the League of Nations. The League of Nations are gonna be in a match against New Day, which I think is probably gonna be a good match. But we're not talking about the WrestleMania card. We're going to talk about what happened on Monday. You had the League of Nations. You had New Day and yada yada yada. And now we have actually, I think it was confirmed last week that we have Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles, because AJ Styles was getting in the head of Chris Jericho, which made him have the Chris Jericho to say, "You got the match." And now I'm pretty happy and so forth. So let's get into the WrestleMania. Match cards. We have a lot of matches, but not technically all of them are good. It's majority of them are good, but we have Ryback versus Kalisto, Natalia Paige, Alicia Fox, Brie Bella, and Eva Marie versus Lana, Tamina, Snuka, Naomi, Emma, and Summer Rae. The Usos versus the Dudley Boys. Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. You got New Day versus League of Nations. Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch and versus Charlotte. Ladder match. You have a ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns versus Triple H. And then the last match, Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. Now, that's probably you probably think that's a lot of matches, but about 2 or 3 of them are the gonna be the kickoff, the kickoff for WrestleMania. It is not gonna be on the main show, which it's all right with me for certain matches. But we're gonna start off with the kickoff pre-show. It's gonna be United States Championship match, Ryback versus Kalisto. Excuse me. I'm looking forward to this match, but at the same time I'm not, just because I don't like Ryback as much as a lot of other people do. He's a great character, but he just, I don't know, his gimmick is kind of off to me. But I feel as if Kalisto might win it. I don't want to see Ryback as United States champion. I don't really want to see Ryback with any title. Actually, his character is not meant for a title. It's just he just has a gimmick character that just is meant for a title. So I'm just gonna go with Kalisto for that one. And then you have another pre-show match, and it's the match that actually I wish it was on the main card, but I can understand why they didn't do that, because I don't know. It's just, I don't know about that match. I don't know. You have, like I said, Natalia Paige, Alicia Fox, Brie Bella, and Eva Marie versus Lana, Tamina Snuka, Naomi, Emma, and Summer Rae. I wanna believe that the Paige's team will win, but I can see them giving Lana, Tamina, and Naomi and all of them the win because they haven't really fought and they need wins. I don't know what Lana's gonna do in this match. I don't know if she's gonna have ring gear or just come out with her skirt. But I can see that Lana doing some stuff or like beating up Brie Bella, and it's just I like this the sound of the match, but I just don't like the way it's gonna be set up. Eva Marie, I think she's gonna be probably in the match a lot. I hope she doesn't get her ass kicked. But I believe this is Brie Bella's last match. It sucks that she's gotta go to retire. It feels just like the CM Punk and AJ Lee thing, but the difference is CM Punk walked out, Daniel Bryan is retired. So if she does leave, then kudos to you. Good luck endeavors for Brie Bella. The next match is the match I really don't want to see. It's another kickoff pre-show, so it's three. You have the Usos versus the Dudley Boys. Actually, I'm not really looking forward to this match. I don't like neither right now. I like the little backstage segments that Dudley Boys did when it comes to Roman Reigns and Triple H ambush on Raw, but at the same time, I don't like the Dudley Boys because they come out and do the same thing. Same with the Usos. The Usos have been playing for years straight. I think it's a heel. I think it's a chance for them to turn heel. Um, I think they should actually turn heel either after WrestleMania or sometime during the SummerSlam or anything like that because they were a badass team when they were heel. But I'm going for the Dudley Boys because I really don't want to see the Usos win. So let's get back to let's get to a next match. Actually, before the match starts, I think The Rock will appear because The Rock is planning to be set to appear doing some type of cameo stuff, or not cameo, but just coming out because I believe he is the guest host of WrestleMania this year. Once again, he was the guest host in 2011. He interfered in John Cena The Miz's match, so he will probably interfere in a certain match. But he probably come out, talks about some, maybe Ronda Rousey get involved again. I don't know about that, but we're just gonna have to see at WrestleMania. And then we have the next match. We have Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles, which will be a phenomenal match because we've seen this, I believe, twice. But it doesn't matter how many times we've seen this. It's not a Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler match. It's a AJ Styles and Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho sells pretty good, and he can put over anybody in any place and any time. Even though I can't believe he put over Fandango. I think it was in 2013 WrestleMania. I think so. It was probably 2014. Who knows and who cares? I want to forget that match 100%. But I think AJ Styles won the match because I don't think Chris Jericho would make himself win because you're trying to put over some up and coming talent, even though AJ Styles isn't necessarily up and coming because he's already a big talent. But you could say he's up and coming. You got to put over AJ Styles because if AJ Styles was apparently to lose, that would get so much fan heat. It would probably be worse than Sting and Triple H. But I see AJ Styles winning. I see a lot of spots. I see a lot of moves happening. I see a lot of fest spots. I see a lot of things happening. I see a lot of top rope moves happening, reversals, and all that great stuff. But the next match is the third annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Now, there's a lot of people that are, possibly can return in this Battle Royal match, and I'm pretty excited for this match because there's so many people that could actually be in this match. It's as many people as you want in this match. It doesn't have to necessarily just be, a certain amount of people. It could be anybody in this match. It could be a lot of people in this match. You have Heath Slater, Chris Jericho, but Heath Slater, Curtis Axel, Adam Rose, Bo Dallas, Big Show, Kane, Tyler Breeze, Mark Henry, Jack Swagger, Fandango, Damian Sandow, Darren Young, Connor and Victor, Goldust, R-Truth, and four others. The four others that I believe that would probably be in this match. is probably a returning Cesaro. I hate to say it, probably John Cena, which I don't think should be in there. And the other two, I'm not for sure. Maybe it could be Tyson Kidd. Maybe both of them could return. Um, Maybe Randy Orton. I completely don't know. I just know that Cesaro is one of the big candidates for a return, and I hope he does become, because he has been out for arm injury. I think it was a broken arm for about 3 months. So I could see him coming back. Um, excuse me. The next match is a handicap match. New Day versus the League of Nations. Actually, I don't think it will be a handicap match. I think The Rock will be in the match, but if The Rock isn't in the match as a wrestler, he will interfere in the match because he did have a scuffle between the New Day and the League of Nations. So I can see something happening between that. And the next match is the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. We actually had this match previously in WrestleMania 31 where Daniel Bryan won. But now it's different because you don't have Daniel Bryan to come and save the day. But people in this match is The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Stardust, Zack Ryder, Sin Cara, and Kevin Owens. Now, my contenders for winning this match, either Kevin Owens retains the title or Sami Zayn wins, because I don't see The Miz taking it, nor Dolph Ziggler, Stardust, or Zack Ryder. Especially Stardust or Zack Ryder. I couldn't see them winning the Intercontinental Championship. And if Zack Ryder did win, that would be a big ass push since 2011 and 12. For that was the year Zack Ryder and CM Punk. And a little bit of Alberto Del Rio. Not as much, even though I think he won the Money in the Bank then. But we're not even going to get into that part. But I think, I think that, not Dolph Ziggler, but Sami Zayn might win. Or Kevin Owens retains. But we didn't hold up, wait a minute. I didn't tell you that my predictions for the handicap match. Now for the handicap match, I do think New Day will win. I don't care about the League of Nations as much. But yeah, let's get into the next match, the triple threat match for the WWE Divas Championship. Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. Now my goals for this match is I feel as if Charlotte will take the title. I love you, Becky Lynch, but it's not your time. And it won't be your time until probably SummerSlam, in my honest opinion. Because if Nikki Bella comes back, you will probably be brought down to the low card, or just not be in matches like Natalya. But I like Becky Lynch. I think she does deserve the title in the near future. But it's just I feel as if I feel more invested in Sasha Banks and her actually getting the title. So I think Sasha will get the title. I mean, Charlotte's a good champion too. But I feel as if she's better when you take the title off her. But yeah, the next match is the No Holds Barred match: Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar. I feel as if this will be a brutal match. I feel as if someone will get seriously hurt. I'm not saying that I want anything to happen to neither person, but this match is going to be brutal. I see a lot of suplexes, maybe even more than Brock gave Roman Reigns. Maybe he'll give Dean Ambrose 30 suplexes. Maybe we'll be here all night. I don't know. But I see Dean Ambrose losing a lot of weapons. I don't know how he's going to use a chainsaw. I technically do not know, because you can't technically use a chainsaw on Brock without killing him. I don't know. It's just confusing. He might hit him with the chainsaw, but I don't necessarily think he's going to cut it on. I see a lot of weapons being used. Maybe I don't know if they're going to save the tables for the last match. But I do want to see Dean Ambrose come out on top, but I feel as if they'll find a way to make Brock Lesnar win. So my predictions is probably Brock Lesnar will win. But if Dean Ambrose does win, then hey, that's cool. The next match is actually Roman Reigns versus Triple H for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I could make so many predictions for this match, but I'm gonna keep it simple just because WWE likes to keep things simple. As when I do predictions on matches, I always expect something crazy to happen. Like I did for Fastlane, I thought Roman would turn heel, but it never happened, so I'm just gonna keep it simple. Roman Reigns wins the match, and everybody boos the hell out of him. But if I did have a coincident prediction, I could say that either Seth Rollins gets involved, or either Dean gets involved, or either Roman turns heel, or Dean turns heel and joins the Authority, or that Triple H could screw over Roman. Because last year, Roman didn't get the title. Seth actually cashed in. So we could see something like that. I'm not for sure what will happen because everything's unpredictable. We thought Roman was gonna get the title last year. We thought that ending match. We thought the match, that match would be so predictable last year, but it really wasn't because Seth did cash in, and everybody was like, "Holy crap!" So we could see something. We could think it's predictable, but at the same time, something could happen. Um, but I'm gonna stand for Roman Reigns winning the title just because they wouldn't build somebody up all the way and then have them lose, even though they did have Roman Reigns last year. But it doesn't count because this year is different. The final match of the night, and it's gonna be a big one. It is Shane McMahon versus Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match. The stipulation is if Shane wins, he controls Raw, and Undertaker loses, he is done at WrestleMania and is forced to retire. Now, this is tricky because the stipulation is Undertaker's forced to retire. But Sting did do an interview saying that he does want. Sting did an interview saying that he is not retiring, but he wants to fight Undertaker at a WrestleMania. Now, I can see this going different ways. I can see Shane winning, but Undertaker apparently supposed to retire, but doesn't. And I can see if Shane does lose the match, then that would just be terrible because then we'll go back to the same shitty Raw. In my opinions, I think Shane will win. I want Shane to win, but if Undertaker wins, it is what it is. But yeah, I just can't wait for this match. This is the exciting match of the night. I'm excited for a lot of the matches, but I'm mainly excited for Shane versus Undertaker. I just want to see what Shane's gonna wear. Maybe he'll come out with no shirt. Maybe he'll come out with his the regular jersey that he usually wears in matches. Who knows what the both either gonna come out. Um, um, it's in a Hell in a Cell, so I don't know if I will see them on the top of the Hell in a Cell. I can see that probably not happen. I can see Undertaker breaking the cell with Shane. I just don't see them jumping off the top rope. I mean, jumping off the Hell in a Cell, doing like a Mick Foley or technically Mankind and Undertaker type thing. I don't know. I really don't know what this match is gonna come to, but I know that this match will end pretty crazy. I think either Sting might. I honestly think Sting might get involved because he says he's not retired, and Sting did want to interfere. Maybe he could set up with something that him and Undertaker maybe next year's WrestleMania, something like The Rock and John Cena did. I could see Kane interfering. I could see Sting interfering. I could see I'm trying to think of some more characters that could actually interfere. I could see Mr. McMahon interfering just to be petty as hell. I don't know who would interfere for Undertaker. I mean, with Shane actually. Steffi could try to interfere. It could be a lot of things that could actually happen, but who knows what happened? Put your predictions down below. Tell me what you think is gonna happen. Do you think? What do you think about this match card? Tell me your predictions. Like I said, tell me what do you think might happen. Tell me do you agree about some of the matches? Do you not want to see some of the matches? Do you think more matches will be added? Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. And I have many more things to come to upload tonight. So you guys stay tuned and stay subscribed. And I'll catch you guys later. So yeah, I'm out. Peace.